Now, I don't know if you can tell, but I really like art, and a lot of people look at my art and ask me if I've ever taken any art classes, and I'd usually say no, until the 7th grade when I decided to drop out of PE. 'Cause it's PE, do I need to explain myself? Anyways, I had an open elective space, so obviously I picked art. Now, the art teacher, let's call her Miss Frizzle. Miss Frizzle was such a nice teacher. She was the sponsor for the first priority and brought donuts every single day, so I already kind of knew her as that cool teacher, but I can say with confidence to you that she is one of my favorite teachers. She was always so nice and caring. You could just really tell that she was passionate about art and teaching it to students. Not to mention, she'd let us have snacks and even put on a movie during extended periods, which was something that you would almost never see in other classes, except if you're in a very special class and tortured the teacher until she finally broke and played the movie Shrek. So, by this point, you're probably thinking, is this girl just gonna gush about her art teacher for 4 minutes? And to that I say, I freaking wish, man. The thing about my art class was that even though Miss Frizzle was super nice, most of the students were super annoying to counteract it. Like, take the normal irritation levels of a class filled with middle schoolers and multiply it by 2, and that's my art class. So basically, if a band room did arts and crafts instead of music and crappy memes and stuff. Like, all they would just do was talk and talk and talk about the most irrelevant of things, even while Miss Frizzle was trying to teach the class. And then they'd all be so confused when they would actually do the art project. And guess who they would always come up and be like, I don't know this thing to? Me! Even after I'd helped them, they'd still just sit around and make noise and end up getting a D in the class. Like, bro, who gets a D in art class? It's like the easiest thing. And man, I just tell you, they would just be so annoying. Sometimes I wish I could just walk up to them, take my pencil, and shove it right up there. And we're back with the news. Okay, so I remember this one time that my classmates did something that really ticked me off, was when we were working on our stipple dot project. Now, stipple dot's basically impressionism, but instead of using pastels, you make images out of tiny little dots. It was really fun, and it was pretty cool. So during this project, Miss Frizzle specifically said not to slam the markers into the paper because it will damage the markers that she had to pay for out of pocket, because frick letting kids have proper access to fun and stuff in school, because it's just too much, isn't it, US government, to properly pay for stuff. Nice. So anyway, you want to know what the students did? Can you guess? I know it's a hard one. It's just so difficult. Let me just give you a little hint. They smashed the markers into the paper so hard, it just sounded like a bunch of woodpeckers. Like legit, just imagine like 90 minutes of a class just going like, seriously, I would have preferred a class full of like just a bunch of snooty art critics or some people who didn't know how to draw over these clods. It's ridiculous. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video and stay tuned for part 2 that's coming up, where I'm going to be talking about how people called me a disgrace to black people because they didn't like a certain type of music. Anyways, toodles my doodles, I hope to see you in the next video.